now as we are exploring alternative versions of characters, not only their true inner self, but different possibilities, such as Oikura actually living with Araragi instead of... Yeah, her backstory. And with Araragi now living in the mirror world, unless Shinobu manages to put up a portal for him to come back, it looks like he might be stuck here for the time being. There's several reasons why I think he'd be alright with that. Although I'm pretty sure Big Sister Hachikuchi might have scared him off. Do you want to see? Well, being under the wrong impression is pretty much Aragi's forte. It's essentially just your outlook. Yes. It's basically just retelling the story here, but this time the apparitions won over. Tiny carrot. Is the Mirror World height Karen how she feels? Hey, just go ahead and explain it for me. No short term about it. But internally, she is budding with expressions. Fair enough. I like how the clouds are snakes. So she continued to mentally mature despite not being alive. Mental acuity and age and everything that goes along with it is a difficult one to process properly. What does it mean to act one's age? We did see her in Monster World version. It was kind of like that, just with shorter hair. Yeah, Camberu has not gotten off kindly in this reality. She had somewhat come to terms with it though in original world 1. It just actually goes to show that so many people are battling things that you have no idea of what they could have been, or if there's any way to actually help. But they have such a vast impact on who we become. almost 10 minutes of just going back and just reaffirming what we've been shown. Does this one still have the talisman? I think that was what was causing the snake. That was an act that she put on and everyone called her cute. Imagine if your inner kind of inhibitions were completely turned off. What would you be able to handle or do what you wouldn't usually? What about Ogi? He wouldn't escape a pile like that unscathed. I know the inverted opening, which is almost like an interlude. The dark side of the moon. Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen the dark side of the moon? God, the entire thing is not individual lines, the entire thing. Okay. I think I said it in a previous episode, but there's usually a meaning behind all this, and yeah, it usually takes me about 5 seconds before the end of the arc to understand, but what is going to be garnered from all of this? Do all of them see him as being an inversion of himself? Unless he himself has traversed the boundaries. I wonder if his inversion is full of self-doubt. But that's kind of like what his outer version is as well, but... I suppose. Ogi was a personification of what I just said about, so... and his adolescence. Be careful with the balloons, you're losing too many. Is she doing a good job, though? And does she get many people coming to leave offerings at her shrine? The Monogatari staple, another bath scene type thing. Reveal. Is that like a bunk bed? Yeah, we've as he was already stating, he's unsure of this version of Oikura, considering everything that happened. What is this late night talk? Oh, I suppose if you go about it that way with imperfection. Is it also the visible light spectrum? Are you ignoring everything that isn't able to be picked up by our eyes? Now you're getting into the existential questions. Yeah, sleep tight. This is not a request, it's an order. Is this original Ononoki managed to slip through the cracks? Um, I only have a very cursory understanding of what's going on. But now it definitely feels like a normal. Are you sure about that? But going back to the usual Monogatari types, walking and dialogue. Or are we following the other Araragi in this part? Yeah, we are. If you were having someone talk to you about yourself, how would it feel being told that you are things that you don't even realize? Oh. So, once again, she muted herself to do a better job. I will admit, though, yeah, there's been several times where you had to reel yourself in. It's not a line of thank you that I've really heard before. But then again, it's probably good it's never actually been brought up. Please don't bring up some red flags there. I enjoy, yes, old school side scroller game. So, what about the other people that are usually incessantly above all of this and working everything out? Wow. Wait, what were some of those options on the side? I only just got a glimpse. I can't remember what that screen was a reference to, but I think I've seen it before. And is this going to be an easy meeting to be able to hold? Okay, there is a version of Shinobu in this world then. It's what, a very, very old woman. Or a completely emaciated, dried up corpse because Araragi didn't save her. Hmm. You may want to ask who he hasn't assaulted. That might be an easier list. But thank you for the rundown, not only in speech but in visual. It's an everyday occurrence. Why would it be noteworthy? If there was an alternate version of you, what kind of events would you get up to that wouldn't be in your usual routine? Never. Kaiki! But apparently in this, we're only getting to see every version of the girls, so sad times. A lot of this episode has been shown under like this green haze. In Japan, where it's really they're really stringent about formalities. Yes, calling her that woman would be considered quite rude. He's making a lot of assumptions here. How is it going to differ from his imagination? Didn't Ononoka get completely put through the floor when she had that little scrap with Shinobu? A festival? Oh, a castle. Yep, that would be slightly shocking. Yeah, just knock. Is this what would happen if she didn't have Araragi to reel her in? But it was hinted at with in the way that it was explained that she wasn't in this world. So if he didn't have any interactions with Shinobu in this version, why would she call him that? I guess that's where they're going with this. Maybe wait until the introductions are concluded. That wasn't a surprise if you just state it. That would be quite the sight. That was a very close up eye blink. We've seen quite a few of those recently. Not bad. She hired an alright interior decorator. Extravagant. It's a bit too bright. Can you turn down the lights? Oh. Shock. If that's the case, it's going to be slightly difficult for her to help in getting him back then. All of that white and gold is going to be difficult to keep clean. But any speck of dirt is going to be easily seen, isn't it? And I suppose that anyone in this world that is able to completely readjust themselves and figure out what's going on, and I say figure out what's going on, it would be Ononoki, considering she was purpose-built. But if I walked into my bedroom and saw that someone had constructed bunk beds and acted like that was completely natural, I'm not sure how I'd react. But if they were a good nighttime conversationalist and able to keep up with the existential questions that would no doubt come out of it, then yeah, they can stay for a while. And with, why is Araragi there not a second version of you here? Oh, good question. Maybe he's transferred over. Oh, no, wait. His interior version would be Ogi, but she transferred over a long time ago. Maybe someone needs to put a little sticker, a warning sign on that mirror. No good's come of it so far. But just as convoluted as normal, so what can I complain about? But hopefully you've enjoyed, and as much as Araragi has enjoyed playing Pokemon with panties, you gotta collect them all. Maybe leave a like on the video if that hasn't completely ruined your childhood. But Monogatari is waning thin. There's not many left. And I do believe you're going to have to stay quite alert and awake to comprehend a lot of it. Or at least tell me, because I'm lost. But get some rest. See you in the next one. Luckily, over the past few years, I have become quite able to accept me for who I am, and therefore the inversion of myself would probably be something quite reminiscent. Although I do believe you would actually get some good content then. If you want to help me reach the peak of potential, which still is probably quite a bit lower than all of you, then consider helping me out on Patreon. Because Sal, Raywind, Dynamite1997, Shiwan, ASD, Stinsfire, Jennifer Rojas, Mecha, Tano123 and Big Boy, as well as everyone else, have truly peered into the reflection and like what they see staring back. If you also want to see that slightly degraded light particles to make up an image, I'll be waiting.